Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be talking about, well, I was gonna do either all the books I read in 2021, but then I was thinking that's too many books. That's like 52 books that I have to talk about, but that's too much work. So I'm just going to do my favorite books that I read in 2021. So let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell, comment, like this video, share it. Look what I have below. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so ignore the empty parts because I just took the books down now. But I have 20 books. Wow. Not all of these are 5 stars, but these are definitely my favorite books that I read this year. So, yeah. Okay, let's start with one of my favorite authors, Nicola Yoon. She is amazing. She has 3 books. The other 2 are over there. Her book, Everything was one of the first books I read, and this book is her latest release. It's Instructions for Dancing. Take appreciation for the cover. Amazing. This is a nice and short, easy read. It did make me cry. But basically, Evie is a hopeless romantic, like myself. But that's kind of shattered because her parents get a divorce, which, you know, her parents are like, you know, typically like your idols, you look up to them, and so when their love is kind of broken, it kind of just breaks off her whole idea for love. She's just like, what, there's no point to love anymore, it's stupid. She is a high schooler, but then she kind of, something supernatural happens to her, okay? And she's able to see, when she sees a couple kiss, she gets a vision of their relationship and how it ends. Either if they end up breaking up, divorce, or someone dies, or anything like that. And she also meets a boy at a dance studio. It's really good. Basically, this book is kind of like, it is a little bit of romance, but basically the whole point, it's like the cliche saying, you know, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, basically, about love. And it's just really good. It's just amazing. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Just read it. Just read it. Okay. Oh, this one. Stay Gold. Also, love that cover. This is definitely a cute high school rom-com, but also not your typical rom-com because Pony is a transgender teenage boy. And it's just really good. Basically, Pony, he came out at his old school, and then being transgender kind of just became like his personality trait for everyone. It's like, oh, Pony, he's transgender, like that's all he was kind of in people's eyes, and he didn't like that. So he got an opportunity to go to a different high school where he wanted to keep it a secret because he just, one, was worried about like the negativity, and also just the fact that kind of just define him as a person, and he didn't want that. And he meets this girl, and you know, struggling with that, wanting to tell her all of that, and it's really good. It had me smiling. It had me feeling different things, and yeah, it's so cute, but also just like frustrating, but yeah. 2 books by Colin Hoover. Which one did I read first? I don't know, but let's talk about Ugly Love. I love this book. It was really definitely about ugly love, 100%. So basically, it's from Tate's point of view, and then some of the chapters are from Miles' point of view, which is like go back in time, and it slowly tells you about something, like the reason why he's kind of given up on love or just not ready for the relationship. There's spice. The only thing I didn't like about the book is the ending. I do wish that the ending, that there was a little more something but I can't say too much because I don't want to spoil it. but I really did like it. It didn't make me cry, but I know it made other people cry. This book, though, It Ends With Us. No, this book didn't make me cry. It had me on the verge of tears multiple times, and it did really affect my anxiety a lot. I got even thinking about it, I'm just like, oh. It Ends With Us. This is not a romance. It is on Goodreads. It's put in romance category, and everybody on TikTok talks about it as a romance. There is romance. It's part of the plot, but not in the way you think. It is not a cute rom-com. I repeat, it's not a cute rom-com, okay? It is about domestic violence and kind of Lily kind of understanding her mom, because she grew up, her father was abusive to her mother, and so, you know, she's always thought, why didn't you just leave him? She never understood. And then she finally understands, and it's good. There are some things, like, I guess called like twists that happen that I was just like, what? I was shocked. And it's, I will definitely not reread this again. I mean, knowing what happens, it makes it better, but it's just my anxiety. So definitely check trigger warnings for all these books, just to be safe, especially if you're someone who triggers easily, or there's things that you know you're on the lookout for. But this book, oh my god, it was everything. Definitely a book I normally wouldn't go for, but now that I read it, I'm just like, wow, okay. Wow. So I'll Be Left Behind. When I read this book, I thought it was something more supernatural, the way like the back words paragraph talked about it, but this book is a lot. Not what I expected. It is really good. There are these two teens who, you have one who's like not really popular, but you know, she's just like average, whatever, and then you have like the soccer player captain, and they kind of fall in love, but it's kind of like they're dealing with their own things. And at the same time they're struggling because they like each other. So it's like this whole, how do I explain it? I don't know. Wait, did I say the title, I'll Be Left Behind? I don't remember. It's definitely, oh my god, I suck at explaining things. It's a really good book. It is really good. I really enjoyed it. It was not at all what I expected in the best way. That's all I have to say for it. I don't know what else to say. Let's talk about Red, White, and Royal Blue. Another book talk book. This is a really cute rom-com. Well, I guess rom-com. Is that what it is? This? Yeah. Son of U.S. President. Prince of, was it Wales? Somewhere in Britain, in the UK. This is really cute. There were times, there's one part where it did make me cry just because I was like, oh my god, I'm so single. It was really cute, and it's kind of like a slightly enemies to lovers, but more like we just don't like each other, we just misunderstanding, if that makes sense. If you love the movie The Prince and Me, this is it. This is good. Just a little twist, you know? Just a little twist. Oh my god, the Spanish love deception. I love Aaron Blackford. Okay. Someone get me an Aaron Blackford, because okay. So basically, Catalina and Aaron are co-workers. They don't like each other, or at least Catalina thinks that Aaron doesn't like her. But she needs a date for her sister's wedding? For one of her family members' weddings, because her ex is gonna be there, and so she needs a date to show off, you know? And Aaron volunteers. Some reason, we don't know why he volunteers for something, to get something else in return. Office romance. Kind of an enemies to lovers. They go to Spain. it's really good because it's slowly you see like them come together. There's spice. It's just oh my god, it's just amazing. Okay, I don't know how to so here's some 2 Friends to Lovers books because Friends to Lovers trope is definitely my favorite. So we have A Lot Like Adios, which is part of the Primas of Power series. This is the second one. The first one is You Had Me at Hola, and then there's going to be a 3rd one that comes out soon. Which basically, this series is just between 3 cousins, 3 women cousins. That sounds weird. This one is Friends to Lovers. Like I said, there's spice, there's amazing. It's just amazing, okay? Definitely love this one more than the first one, but I still really like the first one. But this one's definitely my favorite. Also Latinx characters. They're both bi. They're just amazing together. I don't even know what to say. People we meet on vacation. I love Alex. He's such a sweetheart. They're so in love. Like, you know he's in love with her, but like he doesn't realize she's in love with him, and it's just amazing. And basically they go on a vacation every year together, and then something happens that screws it up. So then Poppy is like, oh my god, I gotta fix this. So she's like, 1 more vacation will fix our friendship and everything. Amazing. It happened one summer. Grumpy Sunshine. I love it. I need more Grumpy Sunshine. Also one of my favorite tropes. I want a grump. I want my own grumpy man. It reminds me of the movie Wild Child with... Wait. Emma Roberts? No. Emma Stone. No, Emma Roberts? No, who's the... Oh, I don't know. But Wild Child. And that one guy from I Am Number 4. It reminds me of that, but older characters. Spice, because, you know, in that movie, in both of them, their fathers, like, put them somewhere. Oh my god, they're really alike. Just read it. Sorry, basically their fathers send them away because they're too irresponsible, you know. They're both rich kids, so like, but then they meet someone. He's a grump, though. He's a grump. So, that's amazing. It's amazing. It's just too perfect. Now, Ice Planet Barbarians. There is a plot. It's not really there, but it's really good. Also, this limited edition cover, if you know what the other cover is, I would never have read this, but they have this, so I read it. The second one is coming out with the special edition cover too, so I'm definitely gonna buy that when that comes out. That's the only way I'm gonna read these. Sorry, Ruby Dixon. That's the only way I'm gonna read these, because there's no way I'm going to have those on my bookshelves. I just can't. Sorry. Next book, The Kiss Quotient. Stella is just... I love her. She deserves the world. I want to protect her. I feel like she's someone who's... I feel like a lot of people can relate to. Stella is she has Asperger's. So, she's not good with relationships. And basically, she hires a male escort, to teach her things. And it is kind of instant love, but it's like, they don't realize that it's love. They're just like, oh my god, I really like her. Like, oh my god, I really like him. And you're just the whole time like, oh my god, you two are perfect for each other. It's so cute. But a lot of times it did have me throwing across the floor, because I'm just like, oh, get it together, you two. This is also the first in a series. Immaculate. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. That ending I didn't see it coming. Somehow I should have. I think I should have, but it reminds me of the movie, The Life of Adeline. Is that what it is? Except Addie LaRue, she prayed to the god after dark, which you're not supposed to do. And she basically just told him, I want to live. And so she is made immortal. But the catch is, no one remembers her at all. She did this to avoid a marriage. And so basically she can't say her full name. As soon as you look away from her, you don't remember her. She basically can't own anything. But she has like inspired pieces of work throughout centuries, which I like how they tied that in. It's really cool. This book is thick. Also the cover. I did pay like $30 for this book. But it's really good. I love the whole concept of it. That ending really just... Crescent City. I read this I was at college, and so at that time it was kind of hard for me to read books. I just couldn't stay focused. This is a thick book, so it had me kind of not excited, but I used an Audible to read this, and let me just tell you, oh my god, that was the best thing. I did cry in this book. If you read this book, not for what you think, for something else, I love fantasy books like this, where it's kind of like our modern kind of type of world, but then you add like certain like fantasy attributes into it. The second book comes out next month. If Hunt and Bryce don't end up together, I'm gonna be so mad. Also, it's not spicy. There's a little spice, but I feel like there's probably going to be a lot more in the second book. Basically, Hunt and Bryce have to work together to solve a mystery. Personally, for me, there were some twists. It wasn't predictable. But also, I'm not the smartest person when it comes to, like, mysteries or something. But Hunt and Bryce don't like each other. And so my favorite part about this type of relationship, it's a misunderstanding. What I mean by that is, like, they think differently about each other, meaning like, oh, you're not who I thought you were. Wow. Like that, you know what I mean? Sorry. So yeah, I love that. Vicious Spirits. This is the second book in a duology with Wicked Fox. It's based off of Korean mythology, and the story is based in Seoul, which is the capital of South Korea. The second one is my favorite just because I love the relationship in here more. It's my favorite. In the first book, I forgot her, Myung, is that her name? Is that it? Myung is like, she is kind of like a demon spirit type of thing. Like, she's a gumyo, which is like a fox demon, but she's half. Her father is human, her mother is full gumyo. And then she saves this boy's life. And stuff happens. Continuation of this. I just love it. Korean mythology and romance and it's just amazing. I am 1/4 Korean. Not a lot, I know. Mom's half, and then my grandma's full Korean. So I just really liked this, especially. I thought it was really cool. I feel like if you're someone who likes Greek mythology, you know, you read Song of Achilles or Circe, I haven't read these yet, or Percy Jackson, I haven't read those either, but I did buy those. They're down there. You'll like this because it's just more mythology, but except Korean mythology, which is amazing. The Love Hypothesis. Fake dating once was a fan fiction about Kylo Ren and Rey from Star Wars. It's really good. There is subtle Jewish representation. They're both like scientists type of people. There's spice. I just loved it. Amazing. Amazing. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just really good. And finally, we come to probably like my ultimate favorite book of this year, The Darkness Outside of Us. This book is the ultimate of not what I thought it was going to be, okay? I saw this at Barnes & Noble, and it was on the little table saying enemies to lovers. Slight enemies to lovers, but not really. It reminds me of the movie The Passengers with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, except better, slightly different version. Basically, there are two boys who are sent from separate countries, and this is in like way in the future, and so they're sent from separate countries that are kind of enemies but allies. They're like the last two countries on Earth. So I don't know how they're like, how that is whatever, wise. And they're sent on a mission to save Ambrose's sister. She was sent on a mission to like find a new planet for them. And well, stuff happens along the way, okay? A lot of stuff happens. There's some slight romance, slight thriller, mystery. This is like a sci-fi kind of, I think, sci-fi fantasy, just because like it's in space. And I don't even like, I can't, this book really just, oh my god, it was the best thing ever. Also the cover, look at that cover. If a book doesn't have a good cover, it is worthless. I'm kidding. But I do judge a book by its cover. Like an actual book. I can't say much more about this because I don't want to spoil it. You definitely, like, this book, definitely, like, one of the best books to just go into. Just read it, you know. So, yeah. That is the end of my favorite books I read in 2021. I'm very sorry. I'm not good at explaining things or explaining how I feel about things, so I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't read some of those books, I hope you feel inclined to read them now because they are amazing. If you can't tell, I do like romance. I will read anything that has romance in it. Doesn't matter. If you have recommendations for me, please comment them down below. And thank you. I'll see you next video. Bye.